this is just going to be a little how to start using your TRX. So the first thing that I want you to know is that there are certain positions that you're going to be in that makes it more challenging when you're closer to the anchor point. Now this is the anchor point, or further away, depending on a lot of things that I can't do because of my boot. But as you're coming forward, these kind of moves, there's a lot of things that I'm going to be able to teach you once I get my boot off. But what I want to show you first, and one of my most favorite ways to use the TRX, but with a squat, but I'm not going to be using so much my legs. So if you have like a little stool, this right here is 14 inches high. Now, what I want you to know is you always have good posture. So your shoulders are back and chest out, okay? So just remember that when you're doing this type of exercise. So I start by sitting down. Now, the first thing you're gonna do is we're gonna pull up with your palms up. It'll work your biceps and you can work into your back. Now, when I do it, I have my feet out a little bit further because I'm gonna pull up with my arms and not so much my legs. Now, when I do that, all you're gonna do here is, I'm gonna show you first how not to do it. So, if you're gonna come up from here, a lot of people just come up and they use their legs and they come up like this. Okay? Now, I lean back, I have my chest out. Now, I'm gonna pull up and you're gonna see the difference with my upper body. And my lower body's gonna come with me, but I'm gonna be leaning back and I'm gonna be tucking my glutes. Here we go. And then I pull them to the back, lower with the arms. You're still gonna feel it in your legs, but you have to have that lean back. Pull them in. Good upper body. I'm going to do about 4 of them just to show you. And then I'll do a little workout on another day. So I pull up with my body, see? With my upper body. I'm going to do one more. Now, see how you can see I'm pulling up and I'm doing a little tuck. Okay, now that's my palms up. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to do a little bit of the rear delts. But first, I'm going to have your palms facing in. So it'll be like a back row. So it's going to be the same thing. I come up with my upper body, I pull down, and I lean back, chest out, holding the back. I'm going to do 4 of them. I look up at that anchor point. Pull back, 1 more. See how I'm leaning back. Come down. Now you can do it palms down. I'm going to show you one other way to do that, and then we'll get into some of the squats. So the palms are down. So I pull down, tighten up my triceps and my arms. You lean back. So you get a lot of your weight into the arms. Pull up. Just using the arms, remember. Your lower body is going along for the ride. Come down. Now that's going to get your heart rate up, and it's upper body. And now I got some rear deltoids. That's your back shoulders. The posterior, it's your rear delts, posterior delts. Okay, there's 2 ways you can do this. So it's the same thing, chest out. I always get myself planted just right with my feet. And the first one, we're going to have palms down. I'm going to pull myself up, and I'm going to pull my shoulders my arms back. So I have the chest out, shoulders down. I look up at that anchor point. Pinch. Real slow. I'm going to do 4. Remember, as you can tell, the difference, and I'll show you the difference when you're not pulling with the upper body. One more. Oh, you can really feel that in the back. Okay, one more. Now you can switch it up a little bit. You can have your palms up, and I come up, and as I come up, I'm gonna start bringing my arms out into the back. I always look up at my anchor point. So I come here, shoulders back, chest out. Then you turn them back up. Barely sit. Two more. Pinch them. One more. And then if you want, you can pinch them like this. See, you're like in a plank, and I'm going to tell you that 99% of your moves that you use the TRX, when you use the TRX, are planks. They're just standing planks. So if you have a hard time with planks, then all I'm going to do is take this little step, put it out of the way. Now, so, I was going to show one thing with a weight. I'll show one thing with the weight. You can add weights to it too, if you'd like. You can do one-handed. I can show you how to make it with one hand. So, when I do the squatting, I'm not just standing here and doing this. I make sure I'm leaning. That same principle. So, it depends on how advanced you want it. Now, the closer I get to the anchor point and come back, it's going to be make the difference in pulling it up. Or if I'm here, you don't have to go as far. But remember, when I come up, I'm tucking in the glutes. But I like to come a little bit forward, about right here. So the handle part, now I want you to know this is the cradle. The bottom part, that's where you put your feet if you're going to do planks. And then this is the handle. So I hold them about right here. That's my guide. Now I come back and I get my hands, I have my palms facing each other on this one. And you can have your feet as wide apart as you want. The wider they are, the easier it'll be. And I look up at that anchor point. Chest out, shoulders back. Now I'm using my legs more. Like that. I have a little knee issue on this side. I fell, I did something stupid, so in one of my classes, I come up and I did something to my knee. But I still get my shoulders back as I do the squatting. So if you want, and you feel more comfortable, if I come back further, like I said, if I come back further, it's not as challenging as forward. Now, if I were to come way up here, then it would be. That's one of those things. So remember, that's the anchor point. So you can have palms in, palms up, palms down. when you do them, so I do a lot of moves with one palm up, one palm down, and I'll do that here. I have one palm up, one down. So I get the handles right underneath the chest here. I have my feet a little bit wider. So you're leaning back here. Really use those legs. Come on. I switch them out. I do pull my arms back. Okay, now you can do one-legged. I'm gonna do it on this side first, because it's a little more awkward on my boot. So you can either stagger, sometimes I do a little stagger, or if you get, like I said, if you go closer to that anchor point, it's gonna be harder. So I'm gonna stay where I normally stay, and I'm gonna lift up, go down as far, and pull it up. Oh, it gets your balance. Now this side I won't do as many. It's really awkward, because I shouldn't be doing too much. So I won't go down as far because that boot really restricts me, which is I need to be restricted. Okay, let's see how it goes. I don't go as deep. One more. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, sometimes, you know, or we have another move too, where you can do a, for your, well, it's like a plie to the back. So I stand on this leg here. And as I always get real anal about where my foot's gonna be. So I have my foot right here, and I'm gonna pick up my opposite foot right here, and then I'm just gonna bring it back and over. And get your outer glute. Curtsy lunges. If you want, you can bring it up like this. Work a little bit more in the arms. One more. And I do the other side. Be a little bit harder. Hit my foot just so. Okay, sometimes I put the foot down with this one. I tap it. When I feel like I'm gonna lose my balance, I'll tap. That's when you always tap. Always tap. Always, always, always tap. You don't want to fall. Now if I stagger it, have one foot back, one foot forward. I'm going to come in a little bit closer to that anchor point here. Hold the handles, palms up, right at the chest. And you're going to feel it mostly and that front leg there. If you want, you can lift it up at the same time. Or keep it down. And then pinch it. And then I'll do the other side. So I get here. And then I usually go on the ball of my foot. I can't on that side because of the boot. Now, you can do a sumo squat. Pretty good on this. And I haven't been able to for a while because of I landed on that knee. I went down about, I don't know, 8 inches. I was in a plank and I fell. I landed right on that knee, and it swelled, and I never did anything about it. But here's a good stretch too. So I'm going to come back a little bit further, and you come down into that sumo. And I can still do that with the TRX versus trying to do it without the TRX. Like this. It feels so good. And if you want, you can come up like this. See how I'm tucking in my abdominals and coming up. You'll be surprised what you can do with the TRX that you couldn't do in the squatting without it. So come down, get that stretch. Now I'm going to pull up to the side. Just get up. Now if you want to do a little stretch, I'm going to show you one more thing. Right here. Shoulder back, chest out. We're going to come forward. This is the cradle. I use the cradle. And we're just going to get a stretch. That feels good. And when you're in this stretch like this too, you can do cat-cow. Cat, cow. Stretch it up. Cat, cow. Cat, cow. One more. I taught a lot of yoga stretch classes with the TRX also. So the TRX is total resistance exercise, and I came up with a million ways to use it in my classes because I get bored really easy. But you can make this into one handle. So it sounds complicated, but you take one on the left, put it in the triangle. There's a triangle here on the right. Now the one that ends up here on this side on the left, you put through again. It's a different one, but, and then you pull it down and you have one handle. And I do a lot of different things with it, probably out of the range, but you can lean away and do your biceps like this, which I can still do. I'll show you this view. You come away, you pull yourself, I got an extender on my foot, this way, like that. Okay, now if you want to add a little weight too, I just pick this weight up here, and you can do a little squat. So I have it, my left hand palm up. All I'm going to do here is put the weight down. Here we go. Pull it in. Come down. Pick that weight up. Now I'm going to do a bicep with it. It's actually a hammer curl. And you're still hammering on the left. Bring it down. I'm going to do one more. Pull it in. Pick it up. There's that side. We'll switch sides. There's a lot of ways that you can use this with one. A lot. I mean, I had to come up with so many different ways. Teaching 3 years using the TRX. Actually, it was 2 years. I started the TRX 3 years. I added the resistance bands the next year. So it'll be the same thing here. Kind of line up, put it down. Now, pull it, keep that arm tight, up. Now, pick it up, do a bicep curl, put it down. Oh, I cheated that one a time. up. Yeah, so you have one. I can show you planks and all that, but I have to wait. There's a lot that I still can't do with the TRX because of my boot, but that's just kind of a beginner to show you a couple things that you can do with the TRX. And it's similar to the total gym in the fact that you're using body weight and you're not using your whole entire body weight. Like when I did the step here, you know, you can focus your weight where you want it. So like I was saying, if you're sitting and I can work it into my arms or my legs. So if I sit here too, there's a lot of moves I do, but it's hard because you come up here and pulse it. Pulse it. You can just pulse for a few and then bring it up. Like that. But if I come up and I'm not using my upper body, I just kind of come up like this. I see a lot of people, when I teach a class, they have slack in here. Now when you use the TRX, there's no slack. So, for instance, if which I think I can do this move, I, Y, and T. If you have slack, that means you're slacking. I tell everybody, I don't want to see any slackers in my class. So, I'll show you an I. So you're going to do an I, Y, and a T. And I'll show you the right way first. Come down to that sumo. Now, I'm going to pull up like that. Maybe you can't see, but there's no slack. Now, this is what I see. They just lift their arms up, but their arms aren't holding the TRX up. Now, I'll do one the right way. You can see how I'm pulling my body up. Got it? Versus this. And they're like, oh, this isn't hard. No, because you're slacking. So that's an I. Now, a Y. So I keep my arms straight. A lot of people have a hard time, but come down to that sumo. I'm pulling up with my body. Do another one. Like that. Now, this is the wrong way. Then they come back down and do this. Well, are they really picking their body up? No. They're slacking here. Now, you can do a T. You come down. It's really hard to keep your arms straight. You're going to come up, pull them out. I'll do two. Pull them out. Now, here's how I see people do it. But they're not holding it. Now watch when you come out like this. You're holding it up, your body up with it. And I'm shaking. Now we'll do them together. I, Y, T. I, Y, and T. I could go on forever probably because I absolutely love my TRX, but I can say I love my Total Gym too. So there's advantages. It's really good just to switch things up. And I got some really good back and arm definition from using the TRX. So I'll probably do a little video of a little mini workout, and I'll add that little, it's nice to have that little step. But you could still do the move. If I don't have the step, all I would have to do is squat it out here. That kind of gives me the guidance of where I want to be. Now, like I said, if I come up here and I go back, watch this. Look how far back you are. Here. Now, for me to come back here and pull up is a lot harder. And we do pull-ups on this too. But we start down, which will be hard with this boob. If I have to come back. But I used to do them underneath the anchor point. So you would just pull yourself up from this position. So there's so many ways to use it. So I hope you enjoyed this little how-to, and if you have a TRX, I want to eventually, so I get this off and my toes, get my pins out and all that. I'm hoping I'll do some bouncing with the TRX too for some videos. Have a great day.